Hello, hello, hello. Hi. It's me again. Back at you with another episode of Lupus Awareness up in this easy. Uh-oh, what is happening? Am I though? Hold on. A millisecond. Can Shasha, can you get on Instagram, my Instagram, and see if you see me?
Okay.
Because it doesn't look like I can press.
Under your name?
Yeah. My Instagram, Tennille _ the captain.
I'm seeing live with some fancy colored stuff. That's in your face.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not seeing.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. It didn't let me press.
You close the camera.
Well, I can't do anything about it because I'm holding the camera up. Yeah, thank you. It's weird because I didn't press live on Instagram, but it's just live. Okay, awesome, cool. Any hoodle to strudel.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Don't go. Thank you. Hi. Welcome to the show. So I'm back at it again for day 15 of the Lupus Awareness Month. And today we're going to talk about basically being sick is hard enough and you shouldn't have to be going through it with medical care, like paying for medications, insurance, and that kind of stuff. So if you don't know who I am, if you've never seen me before, I am Tennille Stewart, and I guide people through reclaiming their identity and designing a full life after diagnosis. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about the hidden cost of lupus or chronic illness in general, right? So I can't, just so you know, I don't see anything on Instagram, so I won't be able to respond to the comments like I normally would. I don't know why that happened, but if you could get on Facebook and comment, that'd be cool, because I literally can't see you on Instagram for whatever reason. So, and I'm still here in Denver, so not my normal arrangements at all. However, any hoodle toaster strudel. Okay, so we're going to talk about the most exhausting, one of the top exhausting things about chronic illness in general or lupus. Hey, Barbie. Hi, friend. I miss you. We're going to talk about insurance, medication, access, and the real cost of simply trying to survive. Okay. I'm not saying anything. Everything's great. Everything's amazing. Here I am. Okay, cool. So, I never understood from the outside what the real cost of being sick is. If I ever knew, like, that I could have kept myself from paying in every sense of the word, I 100% would. Because it is not only it breaks your spirit. It's not only your like money, not just monetary. It is mental, emotional, financial torture. And from the outside looking in, it looks simple, or it looks like, oh, don't you have insurance? Or, why aren't you doing this thing? Like, it can't cost that much. Why aren't you doing this thing? And in reality, it's hundreds and thousands of dollars that add up, not to mention mental anguish, emotional anguish. There's no reason that you should have to prove how sick you are with an invisible illness in order to get the care that you deserve. That doesn't make any sense. Healthcare, especially in America, as far as I know, because I live in America, has turned into sick care and a big business. And they put you through all kinds of hoops just to get the care that you deserve. So it's not just paying for medications outright, right? It's even when you have insurance, it delays in insurance because insurance doesn't cover that anymore. Because insurance needs you to prove this and that and the other. They need signed off for this and that and the other. You need prior authorizations to go to see this specialist, or hi, you need to go have this pre appointment to have this appointment. You have this appointment and you have this thing wrong with you, but then you have 3 months in between when there's an opening at a specialist that your insurance covers. Denied appointments for a specialist that you really need. Choosing between paying your bills and buying your medication, buying groceries and paying for your medication. It's crazy. Fighting for healthcare or coverage for this and that, whatever, while you're in an active flare-up is diabolical. It's crazy. They think it's a risk. Yes, insurance is not designed to like pay all the stuff. Like they hire people to find out exactly how little they can pay you and make it as hard as possible, because otherwise they would go broke. It's big business. It has nothing to do with you. You are a number. So some facts. So some lupus treatments can require not just like expensive medications. One of my medications I always talk about was $150 per pill. And I was taking that twice a day. And I didn't find out that's how much it costs until my insurance had an issue. And I went to get my pills and they were like, it's $1 billion for this bottle of pills you usually get. So that's another thing that like they don't show you how much it's actually costing until you have to know how much it's actually costing. And they could be choosing a medication that is more expensive so that in case your insurance does lapse, you will have to pay that out of pocket. It's insanity. Insurance denials, even if it's something that you need, those are heartbreaking. I wasn't gonna say to look for the generic. Call the companies that make that medicine. I'm gonna say talk to your doctor to see what kind of free samples you can get. Go try at every doctor's office, not just the one that they prescribe to that. They could have some laying around. They really, sometimes they do. And sometimes when you contact the company, they'll give you a cheaper price if you're buying the name brand and not the generic, etc. There's all kinds of different things. So all of that can lead to you not adhering to the regimen your doctor puts you on. Even if you want to, sometimes you're skipping doses or mixing and matching pills that make you feel okay because you can't afford to get all that medication. And it's diabolical. It's crazy to me. I understand that people who are not sick cannot relate. Like, to them, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal because they're not the ones fighting for their lives. And as sad as that is, we don't know if we were in their shoes, if we wouldn't think that same way. So we're not focused on what they're doing or how like diabolical it is in their minds, because we don't know what they're thinking. What we can focus on is how we can take control of the situation. We can be relentless in our pursuit of finding affordable medications, of speaking to the people who make the rules and regulations for those medications, getting ourselves off of all the medications. All of those are options, right? Because missing medications because of the cost or being really inconsistent with your regimen can be just as harmful as not taking that medication randomly at all, you know? So there's surgeries that people are supposed to get that they can't get because the insurance doesn't cover it. There are life-saving treatments that people need that they can't get because their insurance doesn't cover it. And all of that brings about mental stress. And that stress causes what? Stay with me now. Disease. Cool. Yeah. that it's not a game, it's not a joke. Like all of those emotions that you have. I say it all the time that I've never cried as much as I cried on the phone with insurance companies fighting for my rights to medication. Proving to someone who's never been sick with what I am sick with that just because you can't see it, that I'm still suffering and I'm still sick. Um, and there's therapies that are dedicated to medical trauma because at this point it is traumatic to deal with people who are looking you dead in the face and not registering that you're a human being and that you need assistance. It's outrageous. Um, so the emotional impact is huge. It's huge. So feeling of like powerlessness, that's one of the worst feelings in the world. Being like, oh, my life is in someone else's hands and they don't care. They're not being kind. They're not being gentle. They don't realize what they're doing to me. Um, Crying on the phone repeatedly is embarrassing and exhausting, like mentally exhausting. If you've ever had chronic fatigue or lupus fatigue, uh, that it's so laboring to even blink. And on top of that, you are arguing with someone who doesn't know you or care about you on the phone to get medication that you need. Exhaustion is crazy. And just living in survival mode, like thinking about all day when you can take this medication, how can you take this medication, um, you know, what's going to happen to you, and then the guilt of wondering, like, if maybe if I had better insurance, or maybe if I wasn't this sick, or maybe if I could dispute this whatever better, or I was more. But imagine fighting all of these things while actively sick, like in a flare up. Isn't it like some people have anxiety to just make a single solitary doctor's appointment? And we are making doctor's appointments all of the time, sick or not, you know? No one should have to prove that they deserve any kind of treatment, any kind of medication, while they're actively suffering with a disease. So, it's part of the advocacy is I'm always going to give you tips that I have used or that I've found, and some of them that I repeat all of the time. Write it all down. Keep records, keep records, keep records. Because they can't deny like black and white, paper, the paper trail, emailing, um, recordings, all of it. Like my doctor says I need this. These are the records. Like I've been sick since then. My last hospital stay was this. Da, 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 da. Like it is all worth something. Like pray to God you never have to use it. But if at any point you can prove how badly you need these things, and you have all the material to prove it, it is elite. It is the best feeling because me personally, at this point, I'm not one to be played with. Like, I have it written down. I have the notes. I have the date. I have the doctor. Like, I know. Um, Ask for the generic. I said that already, but ask for the generic. Or there's assistance plans. There's like, what are they called? Oh my goodness. There are advocates. Is that what they're called? Yes. Patient advocates. Talk to your patient advocates that can help you find programs that help you pay for parts of your medicine or get you medicine for free, et cetera, et cetera. Appeal every denial. Appeal, 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 appeal. Let them get sick of you. Let them be like, ugh, her again, him again, ew. Well, just give them what they want. Leave me alone. Like, I don't care if that's what happens because for me, it's worth it. Like, the amount of effort I would put into stressing over that thing that I need versus the amount of stress that it takes for me to appeal those things that I need and actually get them, I'm gonna go for the appeal every time. Oh goodness. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. So, yeah, don't stop asking questions. Ask a lot of questions because sometimes there'll be a loophole in there that people didn't think of, or something silly that they don't think is going to matter, but it would matter to you or your insurance or your patient advocate, etc. Whatever. I'm looking through my notes. I think those are the base of the things. So all of this is why lupus advocacy and awareness is huge. It's way bigger than just like these are my symptoms and whatever. Like all of that is important. All of that is valid. How can we help make this affordable? Change policies, get access and equity. Like we need our right to feel like human beings, like healthy human beings, whether or not you are healthy, feeling like you have some kind of control over your health care. It's only right. It is only right. So I will talk about this till forever. I will never, ever stop advocating for myself, other patients, finding the loopholes, finding the shortcuts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Their prescription. Zenny.com. I think I got this from. So I'm going to ask some questions. You guys can answer them in the comments. I'll go back and look at them. Have you ever had insurance delays for your care, or have you had smooth sailing? I know some people, already have, like, if you have doctors who really actually care about you, a lot of times they'll find these loopholes for you. You don't even have to do anything. What do you think the hardest part is of accessing treatment? Do you think it's hard? Do you think it's like normal, or like, do you think there's a hardest part? What do you wish people understood about chronic illness costs, as in monetarily, emotionally, mentally, just all of it? I would love to hear that question specifically, so I'll do an episode on that, because it's very interesting to me, the different perspectives of the chronically ill, my lupus. There's just such a wide array of us. But yeah, healthcare access can change your life. It can make or break the way you feel about a diagnosis, and all the delays can be heartbreaking and time consuming, and you could die you could lose your life waiting for something to be cleared. Dang, I sound like very raspy tonight. I've been screaming all day. But yeah, thank you so much for rocking with me for this 15 days of Lupus Awareness Month. And I can't believe that I've only missed one episode so far. It is 9:35 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in Denver tonight. So let's see if I can keep this up while I'm here for a couple more nights here. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for participating. Sorry about Instagram. I cannot see any of the comments there. But thank you for stopping by. Stay happily healed. Have a good night. Bye.